Hello, I'm Yefim Landa, the founder of CloudStrat.com, which is a platform that lets you build, backtest, and deploy systematic trading strategies. In case you're not familiar with them, systematic trading strategies use predefined rules to send orders to the market. For example, let's say you want to trade companies using their revenues. When the company's revenues come out, you want to see if they're increasing or decreasing. And if they're increasing, you want to buy the stock. And if they're increasing, you want to sell the stock. These kinds of systematic trading strategies are used by a lot of different institutions, including pension funds, hedge funds, wealth managers, and banks. They're very popular, and they're only growing in volume, becoming more and more popular. The problem is it's very hard to create these strategies. If you want to build them now, you have to write a lot of code. It's really hard, and there's just no good tools to do this. And the tools that exist are only for very technically, basically for engineers. In fact, if let's say you're a pension fund, the easiest thing for you to do is to actually ask a bank to create a strategy for you. So this is how it would look like. You talk to the bank about your idea, you discuss it, and then eventually someone at the bank writes a lot of code. A few different people implement the strategy so that it matches to make sure that it's correct. And then you also have to describe it in a document for the client to sign. So that you have to also write it in English. And then someone at the bank executes the orders. A trader or a system sends orders to the market, and that's how your strategy actually is deployed. Now, one of the problems is if you like a bank's idea, you have to use their implementation and their execution. You can't really use one bank's idea and implementation and send orders to another bank. That doesn't really make sense. And what we've been seeing a lot is that clients actually don't want to share their ideas with the bank. They want to implement the strategy themselves. They just want to send the bank the flow, send them orders. And so let's say you have an idea, you want to implement it. This is really hard because to implement it, you need to talk to engineers. If you're a trader, there's a lot of overhead in talking to the engineers. They kind of have different skill sets, and it's not very easy. And then to trade it, that's also very hard because you can't do it yourself. You need to send the orders to a bank for them to execute it. Ideally, what we want to see is actually if you're a trader and you want to build a systematic trading strategy, you shouldn't have to talk to anyone. You basically should be able to implement it without talking to any engineers. And then once it's implemented, you test it. And when you're ready to execute it, you can just execute it with any bank. You don't have to execute it with the bank that told you about the idea. And so that's what CloudStrat is. It's a no-code solution to go from an idea to a strategy. And this is what strategies look like in CloudStrat. You can connect blocks together, and basically that's how you create it. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. So here's the strategy editor. We're going to start by adding stock prices to the canvas. And now what we can do is go to the block menu and see all the blocks that we can use. And these are blocks that we created, but also blocks that you can create yourself as a user. These are called custom blocks. And I'll show you one now, actually. I created a block called trend detector. And I'm going to add it to the canvas. Now, we want to connect the prices to the trend detector so they can look for trends. I'm going to choose the price over here. Now, depending on whether the price is going up or down, we're going to do, if the price is going up, we're going to buy. And if the price is going down, we're going to sell. We're going to add 2 checkpoints to that. Connect them to the trend detector. Now, the top checkpoint is going to be when the price is trending up. We're going to set a filter so that it only works when when this is trending up is true. And the bottom one is going to be when it's trending down. So the next one is we're going to set a filter when it's only trending down. When it's trending down is false. Now we're going to move them around a little bit and add the final block, trade execution, and the strategy looks like this. So now how do you know that it's correct? Well, we created a debugger to let you go through the strategy one message at a time. So right now you can see that price and volume is going to publish prices for Tesla. And it's going to go to the trend detector. Now, this is a very useful tool, and I can talk about this for a long time, but I'm just going to show you a quick quickly how it works. But this is how it looks like when you're in the middle of it. You can see your results on the left, the profit and loss, the current positions, and on the right, you can see what's happening at any moment in time. You can have charts, a lot of different things. It's a very useful thing. Once you're done debugging your strategy, the next step is to actually run a backtest. And you can run a backtest in the cloud as fast as possible. And this is what the results look like. Now, I want to show you how to create a custom block too. You can group a set of blocks, click on Blockify, which creates a new block. This is how I created the trend detector that you saw. There's the ability to write blocks in Python for users who are more advanced. We also tried to train ChatGPT to create blocks, and it can actually create strategies, which is kind of exciting. That's it. Thank you for watching my presentation.